driving, I needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time. Fuck a plug, you don't need it when you plugged in. They know it's us, we don't need no introductions. It's just us, we don't need no one for nothing. But it's always something. Skipping town, cause I really can't be around it. Sometimes the only way to go is right around it. Had some shit to say, I didn't like the way it sounded, so I left it where I found it. Yeah, yeah. Why stop now? Why stop now? No, not my style, not my style. Yeah, drop top down, that's my style. Why stop now, baby? Why stop now? PCH driving, I needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time it is. Got that in common, we all feel the pressure. Bitch, I'm plugged in, yeah, the vibe is electric. Room full of comments, they all trying to sex me. Feel like Dennis Rodman in 1997. What I do tonight, yeah. Eat that pussy like it's food tonight, yeah. They don't love me, but it's cool tonight. I like to keep it loose, but keep the moves tight. You was right, running numbers up, I'm shooting dice. Fuck a suit and tie, I'm loosey goosey, but the moves are tight. Louis slippers never slipping, I just like to slide. I was on your side till you group me with these other guys. Hand on the blunt, I ain't done. Here come the sun, hair up in a bun, yeah, yeah. And I like what I see, she a freak. Said she only really do this shit for me, that's her cap. PCH driving, I needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time it is. Got that in common, we all feel the pressure. Bitch, I'm plugged in, yeah, the vibe is electric. Room full of comments, they all trying to sex me. Feel like Dennis Rodman in 1990. It's all good, blood, all good blood, all good blood. I spilled all good blood. It's all good blood. It's all good blood, all good blood, all good blood, all good blood. I spilled all good blood. It's all good blood. And it's all good blood, all good blood, all good blood. I spilled all good blood. It's all good blood. It's all good blood, all good blood, all good blood, all good blood. I spilled all good blood. It's all good blood. It's all good blood. PCH driving, I needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time. Fuck a plug, you don't need it when you plugged in. They know it's us, we don't need no introductions. It's just us, we don't need no one for nothing. But it's always something. Skipping town, cause I really can't be around it. Sometimes the only way to go is right around it. Had some shit to say, I didn't like the way it sounded, so I left it where I found it. Yeah, yeah. Why stop now? Why stop now? No, not my style, not my style. Yeah, drop top down, that's my style. Why stop now, baby? Why stop now? PCH driving, I needed some inspiring. Peace and quiet, I'm running from the sirens. They ain't been around, but they know about where I've been. Had to put the time in to let them know what time it is. Got that in common, we all feel the pressure. Bitch, I'm plugged in, yeah, the vibe is electric. Room full of comments, they all trying to sex me. Feel like Dennis Rodman in 1997.
Hey, pipe up, Hood Rich.
Doing something different, had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. Doing something different, had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck. All my haters mad, but I don't give a fuck.
It's Hill. Taysom Hill picks up the Saints first down, still going. Wow.
I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. I got sauce, I got flavor. Getting all this paper. I got sauce, I got flavor. Getting all this paper. Plain Jane Paddock on my motherfucking wrist. They notice every time when I walk up in this bitch. Hustle, walk up in this bitch. Keep my clock up in this bitch. Hustle, walk up in this bitch. Keep my clock up in this bitch. My chopper hit. My chopper hit.
Martinez
my
steps up.
My funny hit. I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. I don't care if you let how step. I don't care if you let how rip. Doing something different, and I had to switch it up. Turned up in my section, every night we live it up.
Well, happy Halloween, people, and welcome to the Pigskin Mafia Podcast. I'm your host, TJ Riddell. Now, we're going to start doing a thing where I have my own portion of the show called TJ's Talk Box, which will be before the podcast, which I recap and talk about a couple of topics that I want to implement. But tonight's show, we're just going to be talking about predictions, where we're going to be talking about college football predictions, NFL predictions for week 9, week 10 for college football, and then we're going to have a really strange conversation about certain NFL quarterback by the name of Anthony Richardson, who's a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, decided to tap out in the middle of the game against the Texans. I got a lot of things to say about that, and I'm sure J-Mo's got some input on it as well. But happy Halloween, people. I dressed up as Matt Foley this past weekend. Had a couple cervezas, and let's just say Matt Foley was kicking at high gear, and I was in character the entire time. Had a blast. I had some strange occurrences happen this week. As you all know, I had someone in my family pass, and then 24 hours later, surprise, I had 3 black coyotes hanging out with me at work on my off day. Let me tell you something. Only 5.7% of the U.S. population has ever seen black coyotes. But I can say, I believe I'm the first person to have fed by hand black coyotes. By hand. And I fed them pepper jack, and I gained their trust.
That's cool. That's a really cool experience.
Let me tell you, it's rare to see one of them. I saw 3.
Yeah.
3!
Yeah, that is a really cool experience. That's awesome.
I named the dad Pop. Named the one that was trying to engage, as my dog's behind me, stealing the show, of course, as she always does.
Oh.
I had one come up to me. I named him Curry, and then middle name Odyssey.
Yeah.
Which is curiosity.
Oh.
And then
That's cool.
There was a third one. Both of them are pups, by the way. Named the other one Timmy. Do you know why I named him Timmy? Like Timi?
Nope.
Because he was timid. He was timid to come.
Oh, I get it. Okay. That's pretty cool.
So
That's pretty sick.
It's weird. Like I was talking to my parents about this earlier today before I went out to Victoria, Texas to put some corn in the feeder because you know it's deer season. So,
oh yeah,
and there are some badass looking deer. By the way, I showed my parents this, and my mom told me that I am my dad, but my dad befriends raccoon. Okay.
Oh.
He actually named them too. I'm very shocked that he named raccoons. Like he also hates those motherfuckers too because they always get into the feeder. They trip the wires and all that shit. But I thought last night was a very cool experience because nobody's really seen these black coyotes until they're more in the southeastern region, bro. Like,
yeah, you don't ever really get to. That's a really cool experience because you don't ever really get to see stuff like that. It's pretty sick.
Oh, it's like seeing a fucking unicorn, you know? Like,
that's like a once in a lifetime type deal, you know? Like that's really.
And the weird thing about it is, I thought it was like a coyote with German Shepherd mix, but then I saw the dad. I was like, oh fuck, that is an actual coyote.
Yeah.
But I was calm. I was relaxed.
You have to.
I had fun.
You have to be around.
Yeah.
They're just like have to be, or else they start reacting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Like,
you absolutely have to.
I treated them like dogs. That's basically what I did. I treated them like dogs. Just fucking chilled with them, and kind of like a stress reliever. You know what I mean? Like sitting around with, like, it's one with nature. Like, I like to hunt, but I also like to be one with nature. Like, I believe in balance in the world too. Like, and by the way, early voting's about to end tomorrow night or tomorrow. I went out and voted today. A lot of you could suspect what I voted for, and but what my rights are, but or what I believe in. Yep. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it on here, JMO. I hope you're ready for the backlash. So I have decided that I am endorsing and advocating and voting for Donald J. Trump on this show.
Wow. Okay.
So that is my freedom of speech for the night. And I know I said we're not going to talk about politics, but this is the last time I'm going to say it before the next election year. Go out and vote. Whoever you believe in it is the right choice. I believed in what was the right choice, not by what party they stand by. I believe in what's right. So that's the type of voter I am. I believe in what's right. And then I don't give a shit about the rest of the shit. The rest of the voting categories, but the presidency, that's all I cared about. The president and vice president, that's all I care about.
Yes, sir.
So, JO, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time, man. Like,
it feels like,
man,
believe it or not, it's only been 2 weeks, so my hair is
I know.
Right now.
I know. It's been a crazy 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, dude. Let's just say I bit off a little bit more than what I can chew as far as college. I don't want to get too much in detail about that, but you know, I've been going through some stuff as well. All I gotta say is if you happen to be, I don't know if we have any veterans watching the show, but if you happen to be a veteran, please go get checked. Because if you know, I say this on my own stream all the time, and the campaign, the charity campaign that I support, like they're all about veterans' mental health, and you know, like a lot of the chemicals that we're exposed to can have a big effect on how your brain works. Like that's something that we don't understand. Like our skin is literally absorbent, and you forget that blood goes to your brain, and anything absorbed by the blood can go to your brain. It has a possibility. So, TJ knows that, especially with mechanics, like in our line of work, you're exposed to some really, really nasty stuff. You're exposed to some really, really nasty stuff that can, like, give you all sorts of diseases and stuff. And, as a veteran, it's like you have no choice whether or not to be exposed to that stuff. I mean, yeah, you have personal protective equipment. I get it. But that PPE only goes so far, Yeah. So, like, if you're a veteran, if you're in the armed forces right now, and I know there's gonna be people here saying we were trying to tell you this, like my buddy, my friend Richardson, he was trying to tell me this the other day. He was like, dude, we were trying to tell you. I don't know why you were doing all that stuff. But I would literally take fuel baths. I would literally take like baths and fuel because somebody wouldn't know how to do something, or somebody would get into a situation where they couldn't get out of. And that stuff, I don't know if you've looked up. What happens, what JP5 can do to the human body. JP5 is the kind of aviation fuel that we dealt with. It's nasty. It's really bad. It's a nasty thing. So, and it actually can affect your mental health really badly. So, go get checked. If you're a veteran, if you've served in aviation, if you feel like you've been exposed to anything toxic, go get checked. Because if you don't, you're gonna regret it. At least the VA will be able to compensate you. If they're not able to medicate you, they'll be able to compensate you. And that's, for me, that's more than enough. So go get checked. Please go get checked, and please keep your mental health in line. I have an appointment here in a couple weeks to get my stuff lined out. I'm gonna tell the dean that I've been going through some stuff this year, and hopefully he'll be able to spare me some mercy. But if not, I totally understand. But go get checked. Please go get checked. So that's all I have to say. So
or if not, get you a pet that understands your mental health.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I tell you what, like she runs the house. She runs the show. Yeah. She's the actual boss here. I'm just an employee. All she pays me is kibbles and bits. I have to pay for her food. I have to pay for. Yeah, I'm done talking about you tonight. If you want to be a part of the show, but yeah, on a serious note, get help if you need it. If you need to, talk to your friends first too.
Yeah,
because
don't be afraid to call.
Talk to your friend. Don't be afraid to talk to your friends and family. But I tell you what, this. Goddamn, what a fucking show already.
I think she's a cool part of the show. I think
she's a great co-host.
She's your co-host, man. She's your co-host.
But anyway,
all right.
So she's obviously excited to be on the show. Yeah. I tell you what, man. Without dogs, you are. I don't know what to say right now. Without dogs, you just aren't a happy person. That's without pets. I'm just a dog person. I love dogs. Like the whole coyote thing. That's because of my love for dogs.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gonna lie. I would do that with wolves too. But
yeah,
I'd have to have a trained professional for that one.
That was really, really cool. Yeah.
I know nothing about wolves. Like,
yeah.
I could say that I'm the first one on record to ever feed black coyotes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
But
pretty sick.
Enough of the gaga. We're gonna talk about college football week 10.
Yes, sir.
Kind of weird that we don't do a recap, but I like it. You know what I mean? Straight to the fucking point.
Makes it a little
now
shorter. I like it.
Yeah, we got some really good games on tap this week. A lot of Big Ten games, a lot of SEC games, 2 ACC matchups that could implicate the ACC championship race, and also a big one in Happy Valley. I tell you, man, this is going to be an exciting week of football, JMO.
Yeah.
Especially for college football, because you got number 4 and number 3 facing off. But my question is, why are they playing that? You know what I mean? Like, that game should be played at night, whiteout night for Penn State. Like, that's like one of the best traditions of college football. And I know, I want to say, I think I know the reason why. I think it's due to the fact that I believe the SEC or Oregon and Michigan is a bigger priority, because Oregon's a new member in the Big Ten and Michigan is defending national champions, which I don't quite understand that, because Penn State's undefeated, Ohio State's 6-1. You got College Game Day there, so why are they playing at noon? I don't get it.
I don't understand.
So,
bro.
Ohio State, to me, in this game, Ryan Day, he's like 2-6 against top 25, not good. But James Franklin's way worse. Like, he's 1-15 against top 25.
Yeah.
I don't know, JMO. I think this will be a very close game because of how watered down the Big Ten is this season. Besides Oregon, I think Oregon's the clear-cut best team in the Big Ten. Yeah. I think they proved it against Ohio State. I honestly think that this could go either way. This is kind of hard for me to choose, but if Drew Aller is actually out of this game, I'm giving the edge to Ohio State, and that's what I'm going to do here. Ohio State wins 27-21. I know both teams have really good defenses, but who has the better offense? Unfortunately, it's Ohio State with Will Howard. I just think that it's going to come down to who makes the most mistakes, who's going to punt the most in this game, because I think both defenses are top-notch. They're always top-notch defenses in the Big Ten. But I'm going with Ohio State in this one. Who do you got?
So I think Ohio State. I think Penn State is really a okay team. I think they belong in the top 10, but I'm gonna be frank with you. I just think Ohio State at this point is like they're legit. I'm gonna tell you, they're legit. They're good. Yeah. They're good stuff. And against a team like Penn State, who is mildly inconsistent, I gotta give the edge to Ohio State. Now, I don't know. Did you say your score, TJ?
I said 27-21.
You know what? Weirdly, I have them 28-21. I think it'll be, but I think it'll go to overtime. I think
it could go into overtime. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know how good Penn State really is. Let's just keep that a buck. Like, this is their true test. Like I said about Texas A&M last week with LSU. Like, we don't know how good they actually are until they play them. Right? And again, kudos to fucking Texas A&M making that second half adjustment. I put them in my top 10, James. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Shocker
this week.
Shocker. Yeah. A lot of Aggie fans were like rejoicing, or they were hitting me up on Facebook like crazy after that game. They were like, "Where are you gonna rank us now?" Well, I put you at number 10, top 10.
Not above Texas though. Not above Texas. That's
No,
not happening.
But you played one good team. Okay.
Yeah, true.
So cool your jets. But game number 2, number 19 Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels, 6-2, still in the playoff hunt, travels over to Fayetteville to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, who's 5-3, with Sam Pittman and Taylor Green. I'm gonna be straight up with you with this one. I think this is gonna be a slobber knocker. Like
Slobber knocker, huh?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. I think whoever has the ball last. I think who's got the better defense in this matchup. And I got to be honest, J-Mo.
Yeah.
I'm more afraid of Arkansas than anybody else on the Texas schedule.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Do you know why? Because they're playing in Fayetteville.
Yeah,
Fayetteville
that
is
stadium is hard to fight in. It's hard to fight in, dude.
Like, I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Going into Fayetteville, Arkansas is probably one of the scariest environments.
It's hard to do. Yeah, it is hard.
Like one of the most underrated stadiums in the country. If there's any Razorback fans out there, shout out to you guys. Y'all scare me.
Yeah.
And we gotta go play them in Fayetteville. I think
the 12th man is there. That's for sure. The 12th man does have an impact.
Ooh, you kind of just probably just pissed off a bunch of Aggies, but
yeah, you know what? I don't care. You know, because the 12th man is more present in Arkansas than it is in Texas A&M. I'm just gonna go out and say it, bro. Like,
I'll be for real too. Like, Arkansas beat Tennessee at home.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Tennessee's the same
Tennessee's
fucking
a good team. Good team.
Tennessee is the same fucking team as Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yep.
I got Arkansas winning 31-24.
All right. Okay.
I think Arkansas has a really solid offense with a great running quarterback. I think that he's one of those quarterbacks that you got to watch out for. He's like a Arkansas Lamar Jackson, since that he's super fast and can beat you with his legs and beat you with his arm, you know. Yep. And if you're not careful with that secondary, go make that secondary bite and then attack, you know.
Yep.
And then on the defensive side, Arkansas has one of the most underrated pass rushing units in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, they get after the quarterback. They are fucking ruthless, you know. And they have a solid linebacking core. They have a pretty decent secondary. Whereas Ole Miss, they've had trouble against the pass, and which led to their downfalls against Kentucky. Well, with you guys, it's a little bit different. Y'all pounded the rock on them and then use play action. But with LSU, they beat them on the air. You know, like, Arkansas has the capability to do both. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think Arkansas does take this one because it's hard to play in Fayetteville. I wouldn't be surprised if Ole Miss did go in there and win.
Yeah.
But I'm going with my gut instinct that environment's going to be too much for Jackson Dart and the Ole Miss Rebels.
You know, speaking of Jackson Dart, that brings me to my prediction. Jackson Dart's playing really well. He's playing really good football.
Absolutely.
I think he's a quarterback that is 100%, like, you have to account for him, because if you don't, you're just screwed, because not only is he a passing threat with about 2,700, he's close to his 2,700th yard now. And he's a 70.6. He's shooting pretty good. 70.6 completion percentage is pretty damn good at this point in the season. Honestly, I feel like he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in all college football, like right now.
Absolutely.
So, because I mean, he doesn't only pass; he has 207 rushing yards, 67 carries, with an average of 3.1. So if he doesn't hand it off to Parrish, he could just take it himself, and he can get 3 yards by himself. Honestly, that's what that tells me. So they have a strong threat. They have a strong threat every time they walk into the line, and I think that's going to be hard for Arkansas, even at home. I think that's going to be hard for Arkansas to combat.
Right.
So I am actually going to go against you here. I'm going to go ahead and give this game to Ole Miss, and I'm going to say it's going to be 21-14. I think it's going to be a tough battle. I think that Ole Miss is definitely. I think Ole Miss is a slobber knocker. I think Ole Miss is definitely going to feel the pain of being in Arkansas. But I think Jackson Dart, and this we beat these guys. Remember, Kentucky beat these guys. I think that Jackson Dart and playing him, like, dude, it was a great experience because it's like, you got to see how he moves the ball. And it's insane. Like, it's really, really good. I think that offense has the edge to come out and be, like, one of the rare teams to come out of Arkansas with a dub.
Yeah.
So, I think they're that good. I think they're that good. So,
I tell you what, man, like, speaking of Jackson Dart, he's one of the few quarterbacks that reminds me of Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
Because he's not afraid to lower his shoulder.
Yeah, he's tough.
Really,
he's tough.
He's tough. He's tough as nails. And he trucks defenders. He trucks defenders too. And I believe he's from California, if I'm not mistaken. Jackson Dart. USC was originally trying to get him, and then he transferred over to Ole Miss.
Dude, imagine. You know what I would say if he chose USC. Can you imagine where they would be at right now? They'd probably be number. I want to say they'd be number 4.
They wouldn't be anywhere because Lincoln Riley was. No, because Lincoln Riley wasn't there to coach him. I don't believe so. But Lincoln Riley wasn't. I don't think he was there when Jackson Dart was there. I forgot who that coach was beforehand, but. If Lincoln Riley was there, though, I don't know, man. He would have started Caleb Williams over Jackson Dart. Like, it would have been a wasted.
That's true. That's true.
Wasted potential for Jackson Dart. I'm glad he transferred when he did.
In a perfect world where Jackson Dart starts for the USC offense, though, knowing what we know
that's crazy. Because he was a high recruit, top 5, I believe, in QBs. During that time, I think he was in the same class as Quinn Ewers.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Somebody in the chat will figure it out, but
yep.
Man, Jackson Dart gives me fucking Big Ben vibes. Like
he does.
But the one thing that I like about Jackson Dart is that he can sling the fucking ball. Yeah. As if he's like a Big 12 fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, he's really good at throwing the ball. But
he does. He is. I mean, like I said, 2,700 yards, like, on the season. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
At this point in the season, that is impressive. That is very impressive. He honestly is not a quarterback to sleep around on. Like,
do you say the same about Shedeur Sanders, or do you say what I say that he's playing 7-on-7 football right now?
See, that's a difference. Like, so Jackson Dart is a tough son of a gun, dude. And he's got
so is Shedeur. Like, I'll be honest, Shedeur is tough. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's taking a lot. He's taking a lot of shots.
That's where I start nitpicking. Like, that's where I start nitpicking, and I look at a quarterback's character. And I'm gonna be honest, like, Shedeur, when he earlier in the season, like, I'm gonna butcher that name forever. But earlier in the season, when like, when he did what he did, like, that showed me all I need to know right there. And I'm I'm.
No, I get
sorry.
it. I get it.
I don't
agree.
like when your leader walks out on you. That shows a lot about your character. If he walks out on you there, he's gonna walk out on you later on in life.
You know what's crazy? Like, I don't want to get into Colorado tonight.
No, I don't either. I don't feel like it.
But anyway,
yeah,
we'll talk more about it next week, I guess.
yeah.
Minnesota Golden Gophers 5-3.
Yes, sir.
They traveled to Champaign, Illinois, to take on number 24 Illinois Fighting Illini.
Yes, sir.
6-2 after taking a beat down against Oregon. All right, so I think that we saw what Illinois is capable of against Oregon. Everybody was talking about, could Illinois upset Oregon? Could Illinois do this? Could Illinois do that? I'm sorry. It's going to be me speaking here. I don't see what the big upside is for Illinois. I really don't. Minnesota, they're tough. They're a physical team. They will hurt you in many ways. Ask USC. And Minnesota's a pretty decent team. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I got Minnesota winning 21-13.
Ooh, okay. All right. You know the sleeper pick. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I think that we're not giving this Illinois offense enough credit. Like, I think they've been good. And I know they've been slacking a little bit, but honestly, I think they've been really, really good on the year. Like,
they're about to play against a really tough Minnesota team. So,
yeah.
Minnesota's been under the radar.
My question is though, is Altmaier good enough? Is Altmaier good enough? You don't think so?
I don't think so in this game.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. I'm picking the Illini, and I've got them winning. I've got them winning by a really close margin. I've got them winning. I think it was let me check this. 14-17. Yeah, that's what I have.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game. I think both teams are going to play because this Minnesota team is absolutely legit. I will say, but
yeah.
I think that Illinois and I think that Altmaier has the edge a little bit. I think he's gonna. I think this is where their momentum gets reintroduced, and I think that this is where Altmaier kind of shines a little bit. Now, I don't know. I just get that gut feeling. I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. He's 63%
He's
on
not.
the year, which is really good.
Yeah.
But he's not
not
great. He's not great. Like, when I talk about Jackson Dart, I see greatness. I see an underrated quarterback who's probably going to do very, very well, if not here, then in the NFL.
Yeah.
Altmaier, unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere just yet. He's good, but he's not great. Like,
you know what I see in Altmaier? Like if I were to evaluate him as an NFL scout,
yeah, I think I know what you're gonna say, but yeah.
Aiden O'Connell.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting you to just say like a plain, like just like normal style passer. Like
No. A bland passer that needs to run in order to pass.
Yeah.
That's
what I
was
gonna say.
Nothing wrong with the guy. I like Altmaier.
He's like a plain white bread passer. He's like a Wonder Bread passer. That's
exactly what I mean. Like,
you know what I'm
saying? Rely on the run. Yeah. He needs to rely on the run in order to pass the ball, which I'm sorry that Minnesota team run first, but they have some really good second. Like, they have really good safeties. I just don't see how Illinois wins game.
Do I think he's good enough to? Okay, so Minnesota's got a really really good defense, and I like how they play. But I really really think that Altmaier. I really think he's. I don't know. I think that the passing game that he set up is pretty good. He is a decent passer, and I think that Minnesota. I don't know. I just get a gut feeling that they're gonna get a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I just get a gut feeling. Call it superstition, call it whatever, but I really think that Illinois is gonna come out on top by at least 3. I think Altmaier's good enough to get him in a striking position for a field. This is the way I see the game going. I see Minnesota scoring. Their offense is decent as well. You're talking about 2 decent offenses, right? But I think
would you say that they're both mediocre?
Yeah.
As far as like compared to the rest of the country.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, literally, you just saw a good picture of you just saw a good quarterback. You want to look at a good quarterback? Go look up Jackson Dart's stats. Go look
at Quinn Ewers. Like, I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna keep it real. Last couple of games have been rough, but that's due to the offensive line.
You're talking about 2. This is gonna be like 2. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably gonna be the most boring football you've ever seen.
As if the Big Ten isn't boring enough.
But
the Big Ten is fucking boring.
Well, let me tell you this, dude. Let me get this out real quick.
Go ahead.
I think Minnesota is more bland. Like, it's the battle of the Wonder Breads, and you're literally looking at, all right, which one is more plain than the other? Like, and I think Minnesota is more plain.
I'll tell you how bland this game is gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a white person cook-off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is gonna be a typical white man. Oh boy, I'm gonna cook me some baked chicken. Doesn't season it at all. Doesn't season the mashed potatoes. Doesn't season the green bean casserole. This is
like me when I get home from like college, dude. Like, or me when I used to be in the Navy, and I just like made myself like, I was like, you know what? I don't want anything, bro. Just put some freaking turkey on some bread, and that's it. I'm just gonna gobble that down. Like, no mayo.
Not even cheese.
It was the saddest.
Not
thing
even
ever.
mustard.
No, I was just like, that's a.
What?
We call that a poor man's sandwich right there. I'm like, you know, like we call that a struggle sandwich. But
or what we call it is poor white man's bread. But
yeah.
I think that game's gonna be.
But I think Altmaier has the edge. I think Altmaier is a slightly better.
So here's how I think this game's gonna go. On a serious note, I think it's gonna be a defensive struggle where both offenses aren't clicking, and one offense is gonna make the bigger mistake than the other because both defenses are gonna play well. I'm not sure if Illinois' defense is better than Minnesota's per se, but I do know that. I do have to say this: that it's gonna be a snooze fest.
Yeah. If you want to, I was about to say we say that, and then we're looking at this next game, and oh my God, you want to watch good football? Don't watch this game. Watch this game. Right here.
We got former Pac-12 Oregon Ducks, which I'm still devastated that the Pac-12 is no longer a thing. It's now the Pac-2. Fixed to be the Mountain West Pac fucking 300 or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Like I said, I think Oregon is the best team in the Big Ten. Like, it's a clear-cut fact now that Oregon is the best team in the Big Ten. Yeah. Whereas Michigan, they just come off of a big win over the rival Michigan State. I don't know if you saw it where they were throwing fisticuffs after the game.
No, I didn't actually.
No surprise there because Michigan and Michigan State absolutely hate each other. It's more of like Michigan State hates Michigan, and Michigan doesn't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. But I'm telling you, man, like, this Oregon team's legit. And they have that fucking grandpa at quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, who's chasing a record in his 7th year in college football. I think that should be fucking banned, honestly. I think if you have been in college football for more than 5 years, you should just quit and go coach or get into a field trade. Yeah. Something, because I'm tired of seeing 7-year quarterbacks. Cam Rising's out for the season, but he's eligible for his 8th. Okay? Yep. But not to take away from the Oregon team, I like Dan Lanning a lot. I think Dan Lanning's a smart fucking guy. And I think he's the best chance at getting Oregon a national championship. I think Evan Stewart's a fucking dog over there at Oregon. Their fucking offense is top notch. Their defense, top notch. Michigan, they really haven't played that well on the offense. Defensively, they've been the anchor of that team.
Can you tell me real quick? Can you give me the rundown on what's going on between, like, has there been a starting issue? Because I'm looking at the stats. I'm not well educated on Michigan right now. Has there been a starting issue with Michigan? Like, have they been on the
with their quarterback
start?
Their quarterbacks, and then Donovan Edwards hasn't shown up, and he was on the cover of College Football 25.
Oh wow!
You know,
okay, wow.
And now you got Mullings back there as the certified starter, but
he's doing okay. He's doing decent. Almost 700 yards on the season is not horrible. I want to say it's not terrible.
Yeah, but Donovan Edwards was supposed to be better than Blake Corum. I thought he was better.
I know. And he's barely he hasn't even shown up. Like, what the hell?
I think that Texas game killed his confidence.
Something like.
I think the best chance that Michigan has in the game is to go in an all-out blitz on Dylan Gabriel because he likes to run too. Yeah. Or actually have 6 men in the box, rush 5, have a QB spy, and then have 5 covering. Have 2 safeties, a nickel, and 2 corners, you know? And play man. Fuck it, play man. What do you have to lose? You're not in the Big Ten championship race anymore. You're 5-3. I mean, Sherrone Moore can only do so much for that Michigan team right now. The only win that you got left is to play against Ohio State, honestly. Yeah. And you have a cupcakes and Penn State.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think safe to say I'm just gonna reveal both our picks here because it's ridiculous that we're even talking about this.
Yeah,
like Oregon for both of us, dude. Like, I really think.
So do you guys score? Because I got.
Oh, I have a score. Yeah.
56-14. What?
42-0. Yeah.
At Ann Arbor, I don't think so. But I love the confidence.
Dude, this Michigan team is shit. Are you sure they're even gonna get a dude? I'm looking at the number. They can't even. When you can't even decide on a starting quarterback and running back, what the hell is your? I mean, even if you have a starting running back decided, you can run a damn wildcat formation. You don't even have a starting running back right now, like, that you're decided on, because Donovan Edwards is doing what the fuck ever. And then you got a 4-man cycle I'm seeing, or 3-man cycle through the stats I'm seeing between Orji, Tuttle, and Warren.
And Jack Tuttle just retired. Jack Tuttle just retired this week.
I am okay. I've never been more sure of a blowout in my entire life. I have never been more sure of a blowout in my entire life. You're talking about the number 1 team in the country who has their shit together. Dylan Gabriel, 2,400 yards on the season, 76.2. He's shooting basically 80%. He's got to get a first down every time. I'm surprised I didn't put it 70-0. Like, looking at the numbers, dude, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers and tell me that I'm wrong. What I see when I look at the numbers, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I said I haven't even watched Michigan because their football has been so mid this season, right? Looking at purely the numbers, 567 for Warren with a 67% completion percentage. Jack Tuttle with a 60% completion percentage. 306
Which he's
yards.
retired. He's retired.
That's going to be his ending stats. Alex Orji, 23 out of 43, 148 yards with 53.5 completion percentage. What should have been
the greatest name in college football right there. Alex Orji.
You have a cycle of 3 quarters. Hell, they even put Donovan Edwards in on fucking right. Or a fucking quarterback, dude. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god, bro.
38-17 Oregon. Let's move on. We're beating a dead horse.
I've got 42. I've got 42-0. That's it.
I know. I kept it on my fucking record.
Dude.
I'm just saying that's almost 56-14 vibes, dog.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to J-Mo's more tuned with this rivalry than I am. I know it's a big rivalry in the Southeastern Conference, but
this is a big one.
This is a major one in the SEC, but
the Florida-Georgia line.
For a guy coming from the Big 12, can you please explain to me how important this game is for both teams?
Okay, so with the rivalry, right? Like the Florida-Georgia line rivalry is pretty damn big. It's not as big as the game or the Red River, but it's still pretty big. Like the Florida-Georgia line is one of the games that it's just fun to watch. And the thing is, both these teams are in a position right now. Now I'm going to talk about this season. Both these teams this season are in a position where they are like, they're really good. Both teams are exceptionally good. One is less than the other, though. And we're going to get to that prediction. I think we predicted the same thing, TJ. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I might surprise you. I don't know, but I'm just kidding.
No, you actually picked against me this one, so this is going to be a pretty big reveal.
Really?
What made you pick the team that you did? So let's get to your prediction first, and I've got my reasoning. So
before I get to my prediction, I just want to kind of talk about it on my end. Like, I've been waiting for this game to be built up, not a one-sided affair. I think that Florida has played a lot better, and I still think Billy Napier's still a dipshit. That's just my opinion. But I think the team looks a lot better this season than the first couple games for sure. And I think that they are a very good Florida football team, but 35-21 Georgia. 35-21 Georgia. I think Georgia has finally found the rhythm. I think beating Texas was the momentum driver for them. I just think that Georgia is one of the best teams in college football. Like I said, there's no clear number one, but teams like Oregon, Georgia, Texas, right now, I would go to venture to say Miami, Ohio State. Dare I say Texas A&M.
It's funny because you slept on Miami this year, but you slept on him. You slept on. I did too. We both did.
well, with this game with Georgia and Florida, I think Florida is about to. They're not going to get smacked. It's 35-21. My final prediction score. I just think that Georgia is going to be playing at an elite level, especially after their big win over Texas. Which, for those that didn't watch my breakdown of the game last week, I thought I saw the best Georgia play all year. That was the best game that Georgia played all year.
Yeah.
And that's something that Georgia needed, and I think that this would be an upset alert game if Georgia were to lose Texas, in my opinion. But I think Georgia is playing their best football right now at such a good pace right now. They just came off of a bye. They are looking to punish the rival. Give me Georgia 35-20. J-Mo, I cannot believe you picked Florida, first of all.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. I understand there's a reason, but I want to hear it.
I think so. It's kind of like this, man. Like, you never know what's gonna happen with this rivalry. Like, it is not as big as the Red River, but first of all, Florida has a reason to play. I've got a couple reasons. First of all, Florida has a reason to play. They have a reason to beat Georgia. We've seen it all this season that when teams have a reason to beat Georgia, they get close or they beat them. Like, it almost seems like Georgia is suddenly way less motivated than the team that they're opposing. You know what I mean? Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kentucky, for example, Kentucky had a reason to play. They did what? They almost beat them 13-12 because they really wanted to prove their worth this season. I don't want to talk about the second half of this season. Really don't. But we saw some good. We saw some good in the first half of the season from Kentucky. Alabama had a reason to play. Alabama had something to prove, right? What did they do? They whooped that ass. That ass.
I also think that Kirby can't beat Alabama, but that's just my opinion.
So I have this really close. I have this 21-17. I have it hella close. And there's two big reasons.
Carson Beck.
No, Sap and Gums on the Florida defense.
Ooh, okay. I got you.
They are two of the best defensive edges in football right now. 24 sacks and 21 sacks on the season right now. You have two of the best performing defensive edges in college football right now going up against you. I don't think Carson Beck can handle that because we've seen Carson Beck under pressure. What does he do? He folds.
He throws 3 interceptions.
I think when you put that kind of pressure, this Florida defense is firing on all cylinders right now. Is their offense that good? No. That's why I have it so low scoring. Because I think Florida's defense is going to make up the deficit. I really think that Florida's defense, when you've got those two guys coming after you, dude, it changes things. Like, it's like all of a sudden we have to, like, you have to account for them. Like, that's gonna probably take Etienne out because Etienne's gonna have to, or they're gonna have to sub in a blocking back. Like, they're not gonna be able to do anything.
Or they're gonna have to. So here's what I would do if I was Georgia. I would go in a 20 personnel. I would go with two backs, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver, and pound the fucking rock. You know, like I would have a fullback. I would have Trevor Etienne. I would do stretch plays. I would do inside dive. I would do whatever I could to force my will against that defense, and then allow Carson Beck to get comfortable enough to do play action and beat him with a 2 tight end set. Beat him with a 2 tight end set. You don't always have to have a fullback back there against teams like Florida.
Right.
You know, like, you got to go either 22, 21 personnel. I personally like 20. Or you could even go 12 personnel. Go fucking. I like 12 personnel because it's a 2 tight end set with 1 back and 2 receivers.
Now, I will say,
and I would do. All right, I'm gonna draw this out for you because I don't have my notebook I don't have my deal with me. So here's what I would do, right here. That's
you gotta get a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
While you're writing that down, I want to say Florida's defense or Florida's offense is really nothing super spectacular. Like, I think they're weaker slightly than Georgia's offense. Well, no, not slightly. Sorry, I think they're much weaker than Georgia's offense. But let me tell you, yeah.
That's the type of. Just an example. I would do it that way. I would wing the tight ends so that way it maxes out your protection. Okay. Great. Now I lost my fucking train of thought.
Well, also, you know, like, Jaden Robinson is also like a really good threat. I think he plays really well. The numbers don't show, but I've seen him play, and he plays super, super well, like, as a linebacker. So I think he's a threat that I think, honestly, this Florida defense is going to capitalize, and they're going to bring the fight to Carson Beck. And it's on.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I just that.
No. Absolutely. I don't have to.
I think Georgia's defense is going to. The way they played against Texas, just.
So here's the way I think it's going to go. I think Georgia is going to get up to 17-14 in the third quarter. And then I really think that Georgia's going to get the ball again, and momentum's going to change because one of those two, Sapp and Gums, they're going to get a pivotal sack that's going to change the momentum. Or they're going to force Beck to make a mistake. When that happens,
I think this could be
the momentum.
I think this could be like one of the worst offensive line games in college football history right here. Like, you got that fucking menacing defensive line, Georgia. You got those edge rushers for Florida, and also the blitz packages that come along with Georgia and Florida is unbelievable. Yeah. So I'm a little worried about playing them next week, which we'll cover that next week. It almost seems like that this game is like who's the better version of themselves, basically. You know what I mean? Like, they may run different styles and play with different styles, but they're all overall the same sort of team, like same tier type. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next game here. Great back and forth between me and JMO on.
Yeah, I think honestly that was a good solid prediction. I'm that like.
What's the name of that rivalry? Is it the cocktail party or something like that, or?
I know it as the Florida Georgia line rivalry. That's all I call it. because that's
Uh,
what it is. But there's an official
and just to clarify, folks, he's not talking about that stupid ass band. But anyway, Texas Tech, who's on a 2-game losing streak, travels to Ames, Iowa, to take on Iowa State Cyclone. Let me tell you, Iowa State has looked vulnerable in the last couple of games, last 5 games, I would say. I don't think they're a very good undefeated team. I'm just keep it real with you. Texas Tech, they have been shitty in the last couple of games, losing to Baylor and then losing to who did they play last? God, honestly. They played against Baylor, got gun smoked, and then they lost against somebody last week. Can't fucking remember. But anyway, Joey McGuire's got to figure this out over at Tech because Matt Campbell, is great of a coach he is over there at Iowa State, I don't think that team's very good at all. That's just my opinion. I think if they were to play in the playoffs today, they get their fucking asses kicked. That's just my opinion. I like Texas Tech for some reason. I think Texas Tech it'll be a high-scoring shootout type of style game, typical Big 12 game. But I'm going with the Red Raiders in this one, 38-35.
Okay. You got it
Sandag.
close. You've got it
Sandag.
close. Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any faith in Rocco Beck. Their running back's really good. I can't say his name.
Brooks
but
is playing his best football yet. He's almost at 1,000 yards on the season. And honestly, I think Morton is an insane quarterback.
Morton's a decent quarterback.
No, he's not just decent. He's on 2,000 yards on the season, dude.
Well,
he's 60.
Let's kind of tone it down on how great he is or whatever, because
okay, he's not accurate.
He's playing Big 12 team.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not that great. I'm not trying to disparage the Big 12, but y'all look bad. I'm just gonna keep it real.
That's fair. But I mean,
I'll go as far as to say that the ACC looks better than the Big 12 this season. I defended y'all.
You know what? No, you know what? You're valid for that.
I defended the Big 12 so much this season, and then after watching teams like Utah, Oklahoma State, Arizona, fucking just dropped the ball this season, literally.
Yeah.
And teams like BYU, Iowa State, Colorado, in the mix of the Big 12 championship. A team that lost to Nebraska that got gun smoked 56-7 against Indiana.
Honestly, Diddy's got a better chance of recovery than that, bro. That's crazy. You let Indiana smoke your ass, dude. That's fucking insane.
Oh my god! Did I just say that?
Dude. That's fucking insane.
We need to have a. All right, so JMO, every time we say something crazy like that, we need to have like Booker T's face when he goes, "You didn't say that."
That's funny. That's funny.
Like that's something we need to start implementing on here.
Okay. So,
like when you said 56-14, you didn't say that. 42-0, you didn't say that. Y'all have, or Diddy has a better chance of recovery. You didn't say that.
Tell me I'm wrong, dude. Like, how the fuck you gonna lose to Indiana, man? How the fuck you? Come on, man. I mean, Indiana's a good team.
Honestly, they're undefeated right now, but their time's up. But anyway, I got 38-35. What do you got?
I'm gonna acknowledge first. On paper, Texas Tech looks better.
I agree.
Brooks is almost on his 1,000th yard. He'll probably get there in this game if he plays well, right?
Yeah, Tosh Brooks.
Aaron Morton is doing great things with the football. He's thrown for 2K yards on the season, but again, TJ, your favorite argument: who have they played this year? Who have they played this year? Who have they played?
Nobody. Nobody that special.
For that reason, I think Ohio State is a better challenge. I really do. And I think they're gonna take it 35-28.
Who? Iowa.
Yeah, I think Iowa State's gonna take it 35-28. I think Beck's a better quarterback. Everything on the stat sheets, if you're looking purely at the stat sheets, like it's gonna tell you you're wrong in every single way. But you look at strength of schedule, and it's a whole different argument, dude. Because you look at strength of schedule and you look at the dynamics of how they play and how they play together as a team. There's a reason that they're undefeated. And I think against a team like this, against a team like Texas Tech, it shouldn't even be a competition. I think Iowa State has the experience to take it. I think they have the experience to win. So,
I think they're overrated. I really think so. I think they're overrated.
That's another game we're gonna differ on. But
I think they're extremely overrated. They've almost lost to UCF. They almost lost to various teams that they shouldn't lose to for an undefeated team. I think they're due for a loss. Texas Tech is going to be the team to do it, I think.
Well, they're also playing at their stadium. They're also playing at Iowa State. Iowa State.
Yeah, but Jack Trice isn't that special, man. Like, I'm gonna keep it. Jack Trice Stadium is really that.
It's pretty hard to play at.
In a Big 12 setting, yeah. But then again, Texas went in there.
There's a lot. That's the other thing. There's a lot on the line for this one because it is a Big 12 game. So
yeah, Big 12 implications right here.
Yeah.
So Joey McGuire, you better get your ass in gear, boy. But anyway.
All right.
Moving on to this fucking game. All right.
Oh yeah.
So
here you go. You ready for the fans to pop in? They're all gonna sense you're talking about this team.
Oh boy.
They're all the number 10. They're gonna come swarming.
Yeah, the number 10 team in the country. Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. The Fighting Aggies square off against South Carolina, 4-3. Coming off of a big, monstrous win against Oklahoma, 35-9. Thank God for that. But this is considered one of the biggest rivalries in the SEC. Contrary to people's belief, like they absolutely hate each other. I don't even know why. I don't know why this is a rivalry to begin with. Like A&M fans, can you explain this one to me? This is probably the most ridiculous rivalry I had ever seen. Honestly, like I'm not critiquing A&M or South Carolina, but the reasoning behind it, I don't know. Like I really do not know.
It's definitely one of the weirdest. I don't get it. The Texas A&M starts the weirdest rivalries, man. Can we just be honest here?
Yeah, like they try to fucking start rivalries with everybody. It's weird.
They want to feel special. They want to feel special, dude. That's what it is.
Jesus Christ! Like South Carolina already has enough on their plate with North Carolina and Clemson and fucking Georgia. They don't need that fucking Aggie fucking Colt fucking bullshit.
Battle for the Bonham Trophy. That's the name of the rivalry, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? Like, can you explain this to me? You know what? Tell the viewers what.
Battle for the Boner Trophy. I don't know, man.
For the boner?
No, it's for the Bonham Trophy, but it might.
Wait. They're battling for a boner.
No, it's Battle for the Bonham Trophy. It might as well be Battle for the Boner Trophy.
Bonham Trophy. Okay. So what's significant about it? Like,
honestly, nothing. You're not missing
So
much,
it's,
dude.
so it's just a made-up rivalry.
Yeah.
In the sense.
Like every Texas A&M rivalry, bro. Like, their first meeting was literally in 2014. Texas A&M is that short guy at the party that likes to start fights for no reason. He's not even drunk. He just likes to start fights. Like, he's like, yeah, you want to fight me, bro? You want to? It's like, dude, no, I don't. Like, have a good night. Like, it's just that annoying dude that wants to prove his worth. It's like, bro, like, leave everybody alone. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I'm wrong, dude. Tell me I'm wrong. That's Texas A&M vibes. I'm sorry, dude. like, oh, we're gonna start a fight with you. We've really got some fire. It's like they're trying to challenge the biggest dude at the party, and they know they're gonna lose, but they try to challenge. It's like, why, dude? Why? Like, what's the point, dude? You're not gonna prove anything. Just chill. Like, it's like you go up to somebody. It's like, hey, bro, you want a beer? No, I want to fight you though. It's like, no, dude. Wait, dude, you're corny. Like, you're weird for that. Like, why, bro? Oh my god, dude. Like,
J-Mo, I have second embarrassment just by listening to that. Listen.
You gonna reverse your pick, dude?
No, I don't. I'm not going. But this is embarrassing to hear. Like, and I'm not even trying to downplay A&M or South Carolina. Like, but both programs should be fucking ashamed of themselves for making up a rivalry that doesn't even exist. They just fucking made up a rivalry that doesn't even fucking exist. That is, there's no reasoning behind this rivalry. I don't understand this rivalry. You know what? Can2, get in the fucking chat right now, and you explain to me. What's so significant about this rivalry. Fucking Sky Watkins, get in the fucking chat. Explain to me about this fucking rivalry, because I don't fucking get it.
Dude, I can explain it to you. Are you
Your
ready?
first... Hang on, J-Mo. I'm about to go on a rant and tangent right now.
All right.
Your first meeting was in 2014. First ever. There's no reason behind that fucking stupid-ass boner trophy or whatever the fuck it's called. And there's no reason to have a stupid-ass rivalry with a team that's fucking 500, 600 miles away from you, maybe even more. I don't even know. I don't have a fucking map in front of me to tell me how many miles it is.
I do.
This is fucking stupid. This is like one of those fucking college football 25, 6-year-old kids online that say, oh, I'm going to make this rivalry right now. It's gonna be Colorado and Florida State, because Coach Sanders is from Florida State, but he coaches at Colorado, so call it the Deion Sanders Bowl.
You ready to hear this?
Yeah.
It's 1,000. They're 1,000 miles away from each other.
You fucking kidding me right now? A made-up fucking rivalry?
That's like Nevada tried to start a rivalry with fucking, like, New York or something.
That's like Nevada trying to start a rivalry with a fucking Mexico university. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fuck y'all motherfucking schools should be disappointed in yourselves. Battle for the fucking boner trophy. Unbelievable.
Oh, are you seeing it? Because I'm streaming my screen. Are you seeing that?
No.
I'm not lying to you. 1,000 37 miles away.
I get secondhand embarrassment from made-up rivalries. There's no true rivalry. There's no true reasoning in this rivalry. Unless some Aggie educates me on this shit, then I don't know what this rivalry is doing. I really don't. I can see more of a rivalry with Appalachian State and South Carolina because they're in the same fucking region. Quit making up stupid-ass rivalries, you dumb fucks. Holy shit. Well, anyway, Texas A&M travels to South Carolina for the fucking boner trophy. I think this is going to be a great game. I think both teams are going to battle it out for a boner. Because they got a bone to pick with each other. I don't fucking know. I don't know what this fucking rivalry is about, honestly. Like, there's no specific rivalry, but I got Texas A&M winning 27-24. Who do you got?
After all that, you got Texas A&M winning 27-24. Dude, first of all, I want to say, bro, y'all are the most ridiculous number 10 or top 10 team in college football out there. Like, y'all
just to clarify, hang on, J-Mo. Just to clarify, A&M fans, it wasn't towards just you. It was directed towards South Carolina as well. And also, what J-Mo says is what J-Mo thinks, not what I think. So, for the love of God, he has his own mind. He's predicted more games against me than he has predicted with me this week. So he has a mind of his own. So don't think this is just my fucking show because of the fact that he's copycatting me because he doesn't like A&M either because I don't like it. No, he has a reason he doesn't like fucking Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything towards y'all. I just pity y'all. How many fucking times do I have to say it? You annoying little fucking pest.
Like, I'm not even angry at it, dude. Like, I'm not even. I just think like it's exactly what I said, TJ. Like, these guys are literally like just like short men at the party, dude. Like, they really trying to pick a fight with everybody. Like, it's ridiculous.
They really are. Yeah.
Are you the better team than South Carolina? I'm not even gonna lie. On paper, no.
No, but I think it's
no.
Their defense is pretty solid. I will say that. South Carolina
was good earlier in the year, and then they threw really hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but that win against bounced back. I will say that.
I gotta say, I really think, honestly, Aggies, I really think y'all are due for a loss. I really do. I think it's about time. Give me South Carolina, 21-14. South Carolina's playing at home. Also a team that is very dangerous. When I think the Aggies are gonna stomp in there and they're gonna get cocky. That's what the Aggies are usually known for, right? That's their historic.
Hey, what do I always say? What do I always say?
Never get cocky. I don't know if that's about Texas A&M. Go ahead and say it.
About Texas A&M. Every time Texas A&M has a big win, or they are ranked high, they always fall short.
Yeah.
They've been doing it ever since 1939.
You guys are historically bad.
Ever since their last national championship, which was in 1939, they have fallen short.
You guys are historically. You guys are like the Chicago Cubs of the football world. Like, you guys will probably not be seen in a championship for 100 years, dude. Like,
it's almost, that's funny because it's almost that time around. It's 85 years. 85 years.
Tell me I'm wrong though, TJ, because every time they're good, they find a way to throw.
No, that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Every time they have a big win or they find a way to win against a team like Alabama or LSU,
So
they always fall short.
Reasoning for me is right now you guys are at the stage where historically y'all like fall short. So every week from now on, I'm gonna pick against y'all. It's not because I hate y'all. It's literally because history has proven me right every single time I bet for y'all, and I've lost. History has proven that I should just not bet for you anymore. So I'm picking South Carolina because you guys are just so ridiculous. Like it's like, oh, we're so good, we're so good, we're so good, and then all of a sudden it's like God smites every single player on the field, and you guys are literally like losing 70-0. So all of a sudden, like the best team in college football, and all of a sudden you guys are throwing like a bag of like a kid throwing a fucking football around. I swear to God, like you guys are throwing worse than a fucking like wad of paper towels, bro. Like I swear to God, like dude, you guys get your fade ran worse than fucking Tim Tebow with this Friar fucking tuck, bro. Like, I swear to fuck, that's like you guys. That's like you got. Yeah, it's like picture a meme, right? It's like on the left you have Tim Tebow looking all good in his fucking normal ass haircut, right? And then on the right you have Tim Tebow with his Friar tuck. That's you guys. Like early on, like before midseason, is on the left. Tim Tebow looking good, and then you guys postseason is you guys with the fucking Friar tuck.
I want to see you put up that in one of our thumbnails. Whenever if they end up losing the way we think they're gonna lose.
Tell me I'm wrong though. I do not hate A&M. I want to say that I don't hate A&M, and no, I'm not trying to copy TJ. It's just literally. I have watched you guys from the days that Johnny Manziel used to play. And every time you guys get to a position where you can go to the national championship and win, you guys throw. You guys do horribly. It's like...
And they've never been to an SEC championship.
It literally feels like... You guys should look up, like, if one of your players went and got drunk and got cursed by some witch or something. Like, because I think that's what happened. Like, because you guys will be good, you guys will carry a lot of momentum into the championship, and then you guys just fold like a bag of like laundry, dude. Like,
God damn.
It's so bad. I can't bet for you guys anymore. I don't want to. Because I know I'm gonna lose. I know I'm gonna end up in the losing spot. Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong, TJ. Tell me history has proven me right about
proven everybody right. Like. God's sakes,
you guys will enjoy being good for the next 2 or 3 weeks or however long it lasts, because come college football like playoff time, you guys are gonna find some way to fuck it all away.
Once it comes time to November 30th, let's keep it real. November 30th, that's when they play.
Enjoy the next month of being good, because
until November 30th.
You guys are not. You guys are gonna find some way, some complex way to like just utterly destroy your hopes in your season. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yep. All right. After that whole spiel about A&M, we're gonna try to run through these quick, JMO. We're just gonna go through our predictions real quick.
I have something I want to say about Louisville.
Oh boy. Okay, Louisville 5-3 taking on number 11 Clemson, which I don't understand. Why is A&M ranked ahead of Clemson?
That's a good question.
Why is A&M ahead of Clemson?
That's a good question, because Clemson's a better team.
Overall, I think they're better.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What were you going to say about Louisville real quick?
I want to hear your prediction first. I want to hear your prediction. I really do.
All right. I got Clemson winning this big 45-21.
Okay.
I just don't think Louisville has the offense to match what Clemson has. I think Clemson is playing at an elite level. Despite what the score says, it's what how the game is played. And yeah, it looks like Virginia came back on them, but realistically, Clemson already won that game before Virginia. It looked like they were coming back. Same thing with NC State. Fucking Clemson was up 52-14, or they were quote unquote coming back. That's when Clemson starts putting their second. Whenever you see that weird score, 52-38 or whatever the scores are. Clemson's a legit team. I don't think Louisville's a really legit team. I think you're looking at the ACC champion in Clemson. Give me Clemson 45-21. Jamie?
I think, first of all, I want to lead by saying stats, like, as far as, like, sorry, not stats, the standings, as far as, like, the AP top 25, and we talked about this, TJ, I don't mean shit.
Which I fucking hate the ranking. I think there should be ranking. I think there should be ranking.
The only thing I really think they get right is the number one team in the country, because the number one team in the country is, like, undoubted. But here's what I think.
Yeah.
I really think Louisville, even though they haven't played anybody, is a much better team than people realize. Look at how they play. Look at how they play. Even looking, the stats are, like, overhyped, but still, Show is a good quarterback. Very good. I mean,
yeah, Tyler Shough is a very good quarterback.
Dude, he does phenomenally. And
this for Kentucky fan defending Louisville, by the way. Like, he's about
please tell me on Twitter or something.
Yeah,
I am a bandwagon, because I'm giving Louisville props right now.
Yeah, he's being real, folks. So there's a difference between giving respect to your opponent and just blowing smoke at everybody's ass.
First of all, y'all are gonna win that rivalry between us, Kentucky and Louisville. Y'all are fucking winning that, because right now I think Mark Stoops is gonna find some way to. Mark Stoops is probably gonna be like, "Oh, we're 4th and 30. Let's go for it." Stupid ass. Louisville, y'all got a good thing going on. This is coming from a Kentucky fan. I really don't think the standings mean shit. I think y'all are, like, the number one team in Kentucky. I think y'all are going to put a fight up in that ACC. I think y'all got a chance to prove it.
Whoa. You said they're the number one team in Kentucky?
Yeah.
I got a problem with it. I think Western Kentucky's better. They're
Really?
full eligible already.
Really? All right.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
I think Western Kentucky is a better football team, and that's
I would like to see a Western Kentucky Louisville game. We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I like the Hilltoppers. I really do. Like,
this is, mind you, this is coming from a Kentucky fan.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to be like, I really don't want to give Louisville props. Let's just be real here. I think they're legit. I think they're legit. I really do.
I think to me, Louisville is one step away, or 2 steps away from being a legit contender. They need a solid defense.
In your mind?
They need a better defense, and they need a good run game.
I'll give you that.
They need a good run game, because, man, they can't just expect Tyler Shough to throw the ball all game, try to compete with Miami the way. If you want to beat a team like Miami or Clemson, you got to run the ball, control the time of possession.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Clemson game big. I just don't see it. I don't see Louisville trying to control the pace of the game. I like Coach Brom. He's a Louisville legend over there, Brian Brom. But I just don't see it. I don't see how Louisville beats Clemson
I'm not saying I think that I don't think it'll be a blowout either way. I think it just depends on what team. If we see Clemson, the same Clemson that we did earlier in the year, Louisville's absolutely going to win. And I think that's I go off of gut feelings a lot, guys, as well. I know I'm all about the numbers, but I go with gut feelings a lot.
What's your final?
I have them winning. I have to actually. Yes, I lost my train of thought. I have them winning. Let's see. I actually have it a 2-score once. I have it 14-7. I have it 14-7, a 2-score, 1-score. I think it'll be low scoring. I really do.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you think Louisville's defense is that good? That legit?
I think. Okay. Here's what I think, and it may be stupid.
Go ahead.
I think that they're going to come up with okay, so first off, I think that the Clemson of old is going to show up. I think it's...
I don't know. I think Clemson's been very consistent. They've been one of the most consistent teams in college football right now. And you're also playing in Death Valley in Clemson, all right? That's a tough place to play in, first of all. Second of all, Cade Klubnik has been fucking stellar this season, and that fucking defense has been fucking absolutely tremendous. So I don't think that Louisville has a shot in the game. That's just my opinion.
I think they do.
J-Mo has faith in the Cards. We'll find out, man. But
again,
moving on.
I hate him. But I have faith. I think you guys are I think if you guys were to go against the Hilltoppers, which the Hilltoppers, very good team by the way. I think Louisville would beat them. They just got to get their stuff together. I think they're a good team, but this is like a perfect scenario. I think the best Louisville is going to show up on Saturday, and I think Clemson, I think they're going to show up kind of mediocre. I just get a gut feeling.
Okay.
I really do. So,
all right. Last two games we're going to briefly talk about. Wisconsin, 5-3, traveling to Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa, 5-3 as well. Both are battling for bowl eligibility. Both have the similar path of win-losses. What I'm really shocked about is Iowa scoring over 20 in a game.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And Wisconsin barely losing to Penn State last week. Is it a fluke loss? Or is Wisconsin really good and I'm just not seeing it? As I got Iowa winning 38-20. I just think that Wisconsin's offense is a little frail compared to Iowa's defense, and I think Iowa scores more points anyway. So I got the Hawkeyes winning 38-20. JMO?
I have a similar score. I have the Hawkeyes winning 35-28. I just think they're playing good ball. I think that Wisconsin it's too late for a recovery for Wisconsin. I don't know.
They couldn't quite make it out. They couldn't quite make it out of the Diddy party, so to speak. So.
Oh my God. I don't know. You got two pretty even teams going against each other right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Iowa's the better team, slightly. I have them. Let me check. No, yeah, I have them 35-28. Yeah.
All right. Final game. Number 18 Pitt, undefeated. They proved me wrong. They'll be traveling to Dallas to take on number 20 SMU, 7-1, whose only loss is the unbeaten BYU, by the way, who I think is probably going to end up winning the Big 12 after all. Listen, man, I have watched both teams carefully up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that Syracuse and Pitt game. I wanted to see how Pitt would play. They absolutely fucking desecrated Syracuse. They made Kyle McCord look like a fucking JV quarterback playing against a Division I defense.
The AC. I think you were right, TJ. The ACC is looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're a lot more fun to watch. That's for sure. I think this will start out fun, but I think Pitt pulls away 45-28. I got the Pittsburgh Panthers winning. It'll be a good first half, but I think Pitt just has too good of an offense, too good of a defense to. You may have it closer, JMO, but
I do.
I think the Pitt Panthers are for real. I think they deserve to be ranked higher, in my opinion. But JMO, your pick?
I actually picked Pitt as well here, but I have a little bit different of a score. I have it 42-35. Like it's not too.
So that's more of a reasonable score than what I have, honestly.
I think SMU's still really good. Like,
yeah,
I think SMU. I think a lot of people don't give
them
credit.
Hold on.
But
earlier this season, you and I both kind of looked at SMU and said they're overhyped. They ain't shit. Basically.
Yeah, we did. We were wrong. We were dead wrong. Well,
so,
we were right given what we were looking at the first week. It was the same thing with Clemson, dude. Like, Clemson, we were talking all this shit about Clemson. Like, we were saying, oh, yeah, they're good. They're really, really good. And then they went off and they quickly became, like, fucking one of the worst teams in the first couple weeks. Like,
yeah.
That just goes to show that, like, seasons aren't decided with the first couple games. I hate how people say that. Seasons are not decided with the first couple games.
No, it's I look at
rankings should be a thing. I think you're right, TJ. I think the solution would be I don't think the AP rankings should be a thing until at least mid-season. Like at least mid-season, because mid-season is where we start getting a good look.
I would say right now would be the perfect time.
This is where you should be like, all right, this is who we're picking for the.
I wouldn't even have AP rankings. I would have college football playoff rankings because they're going to be more accurate.
Yeah, I think. I think Eli Holstein is playing his best football yet. He's got 18. He's almost at 2K yards, which is nice. I think Jennings is playing well though as well. But I think that the Pitt Panthers have a slight edge in their passing game. I really think that they're just really.
I agree.
Really, really good at the air. They're really hard to stop.
I agree.
Really hard to stop. So.
I just think that. You know what? My score is about to change because now thinking about it, they're playing in SMU. It's going to be a tough environment. I still got Pitt winning 45, but I'm gonna put it out there. 45-42. 45-42.
Why do you put it that close?
Because it's a high-scoring affair. I do like SMU's offense, and now that you reminded me a little bit of what I already know about SMU.
Yeah.
It's going to be a high-scoring affair. It's going to be a fun one to watch. I think this one's going to be fun. It's going to be back and forth. Yeah, I'm changing my score, 45-42. I think it's going to be a close matchup. I think it's going to come down to game-winning touchdown or a field goal to win the game.
I think it'll be a game-winning touchdown. I think that here's how it's gonna roll. I think Pitt and SMU. I think Pitt's gonna get up in the third quarter. I think it's gonna be 42-28 and 42-21, Coming into the third. No, 42-21. Coming into the third quarter. And then I think SMU's going to try to recover, but I think they're going to recover too late.
I got you.
I think that's
all right. So that concludes our college football playoff or college football Week 10 predictions. We're going to skim through the NFL Week 9 predictions since we're running short on time. I don't even know how long we've been on here. Probably more than an hour, but it's okay.
Hour 45.
Oh, fuck. Rant and tangents, man. Rant and tangents. We're going to skip through the NFL Week 9 real quick, just giving our picks and scores. Make it a 2-minute warning type of thing. We're not really going to do that anymore, but
we're
for
just
now.
Go through them real quick.
But yeah, we're just going to skim by them real quick. Broncos at the Ravens. Baltimore is an 8-point favorite. Who do you got?
I actually have to look at. I think I have the Ravens, actually. Yeah. Let me look real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have the Ravens. Yeah, I do have the Ravens, believe it or not. I was actually heavily inclined to pick against them, but they're playing the fucking Broncos, dude. Come on. Like,
and I got to be honest, like, this Broncos team looks very nice right now, but how do you stop Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
In that offense.
I'm going with combo of Lamar and Derrick is pretty lethal right now. Bo Nix is a good quarterback, but I don't think that combo is good enough to run against.
Someone said that before he even got drafted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder who that was. Was it me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me. Sorry, Crunch. Sorry, Crunch. I know how to evaluate quarterbacks better than you're a so-called NFL evaluator.
What do you think about his 5 interceptions, though? That kind of deters me. You call that young? You call that being young?
Yeah, it's young. Young in a Sean Payton offense.
I still think he's a very good quarterback, and he's done very well for a
And how many interceptions hold on. How many interceptions does he have in Week 9?
5? Yeah, he has 5 right now.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
That's really not bad at all.
As a rookie, his stats look really good.
That's what I'm saying.
He's coming in. He's coming into the league with a lot of yardage and not that many interceptions for a rookie. Now, if he had 3 more interceptions, I'd completely change my opinion. But he's thrown pretty accurately, so I gotta give him that. I gotta give him credit. All right, but I think that combo of Lamar and Derrick is just going to be too hard to stop. Derrick's looking at 1,000 yards this season. Lamar's well over 2K. Let's just call it what it is. It's going to be a show for the Ravens. I got this one 35-21.
I got 35-28.
Oh, pretty close, man. We got it pretty close. We do not share before the show, by the way.
No.
He just tells me his pick, but he doesn't know the score. So
yeah, we don't know the scores. I have to give him the picks for the graphic. Okay, so
yep. All right, Lions of Packers. Who you got?
Detroit's a 2.5 favorite. Jordan Love is questionable, but I think the Packers got this game 28-24. I think the steam from last week's big win over Tennessee is going to kind of hinder Detroit a little bit. You know what happens after you get a good win, a very big win, and you have to play against a rival and you don't show up, right? Typically happens to a lot of teams. So I got Green Bay winning.
So you think that Detroit's due for a loss? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see Detroit lose to the Packers. I hate the Packers more than life itself, you know. And the reason why is because my grandfather, he is a Packers fan, and I'm a Cowboys fan. We don't mesh well together. We don't. So.
Yeah. Love being, there's a lot of factors on the table for me. Love's questionable. That's a big thing, right?
That is a very big thing.
And there's a lot on the line because this is an NFC North Conference game. Detroit is number 1, and if they lose this, they tie with Green Bay. So
yeah.
I really think that the Lions don't fuck around here. I don't think Jared Goff is going to let that happen, and I think Jared Goff is going to show out. I've got the Lions winning. I got to check the score. I think it's 28-14. I have the Lions winning 28-14. So just
gotta remember that
I changed that score. I had it earlier in the week before I knew Love was going to be questionable. I had it much closer. I think I had it like 35-28 for the Lions, but Love being questionable, I got to bump that score down because if Malik Williams plays, he's not as good a quarterback.
Oh, Malik Willis, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I always get his name wrong. Yeah, Malik Willis. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But I don't think he's a better I really think that I don't think he's a good quarterback in this instance.
So on the talk box earlier, JML, I don't know if you missed it or not, which by the way, thank you for the views for that because we went over fucking 100 again on the talk box, so that's gonna be a recurring thing. Someone asked me, do you think the Packers can upset the Lions? First of all, it's in Lambeau Field. Second of all, they don't have Aiden Hutchinson there, so that's going to hinder the Lions there. Then, if you really look at their defense, besides that big win against Tennessee, their secondary is not that good.
Yeah.
And if Jordan Love comes to play, if he's able to play action. Run the ball, play action on third down. That's all you need to do. And you have a really solid running back in Josh Jacobs. I really like Josh Jacobs as a running back. He reminds me of that old school running back in the old NFL. Runs people over and gets good yardage. But you could be right, JMO. This is a coin toss. Man, like it really was.
I really think Jameson Williams is a really good receiver.
Oh my God, yeah.
He averages 21.2 yards a catch. Like I think he does average 21.2 yards a catch.
Yeah,
and I think
he's unbelievable.
He does a good job of getting open and finding the open space. And I think that's what makes him such an important target for Goff. He finds a way to get open. I think that gives the Lions the edge here, and I really think that 28-14 score is. I think it's going to be that big a margin. Now, if Love plays, that's going to be a much different scenario.
It's going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be a much closer game. It could be within a field goal.
It's gonna be a fucking
Love
game.
Being questionable, that takes your biggest asset out of the game, and I really think if Love doesn't play here, you're not gonna see an upset. I'm sorry.
I think
even Packers fans will know that that's true.
Well, you got to give credit to Matt LaFleur and getting Malik Willis to play as well as he did earlier in the season.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
You know, and Malik Willis didn't lose a game, mind you.
Yeah.
So,
but I still don't think he's as good as Love.
And Green Bay also has a really solid team too. Jair Alexander's still there, so
hence why they're holding the number one team, possibly in the NFC, to such a low point margin.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, you're talking about probably a team that you will see in the Super Bowl, TJ. Like I really think they're going to go to the NFC Championship. Let's just be real. They're that good.
I mean, the script's already out there. They got the Lions beating the fucking Chiefs in the Super Bowl, so yeah, moving on.
Right.
Moving on. Indianapolis Colts, which we will get into this later.
We got a story. Yeah, I was about to say.
At Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings team that got they got fucking hosed by those fucking refs. I'm telling you, like, when I saw that fucking face mask on Sam Darnold like that, and I saw that ref back there fucking looking like Jerry Jones, like, I'm telling you, bro, like, this team is coming back for vengeance, and Joe Flacco is starting for the Colts. Thank God. So we got a good game in our hands.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
Minnesota is the 5-point favorite. I'm going with Minnesota. 38-27.
This hits home for me. I'm a Steelers fan.
Uh-oh.
I grew up on watching Ben Roethlisberger going against who, TJ? Who?
Peyton Manning and the Colts.
No. What was the biggest rivalry in the AFC North for the longest time?
Baltimore and
Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus who in the Baltimore Ravens? Who was the starting quarterback? Joe
Flacco.
Fucking Flacco. That man, let me tell you something about Joe.
Here we go.
He will make a play on your ass that you will never see fucking coming. He's one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league today.
Still, and he's fucking old as shit.
But he knows how to get shit done. There's a reason that Anthony Richardson's ass got benched. We're going to get into that. But shorten it up, shorten and sweeten it up so that we can get to that. Joe Flacco will get it done. Honestly, I don't even know why Anthony Richardson was considered for the starting spot when you have Joe Flacco sitting right there. Joe Flacco's a really good quarterback. He's lethal. I think he's proven that in the last 4 games he's freaking started or played in.
Yeah.
He has more than proven that. Has he not, TJ? Correct me if I'm wrong here.
No, he's actually one of the reasons why Indianapolis is winning, right?
You're looking at a sorry-ass... We're getting to Richardson, but you're looking at a sorry-ass quarterback in Richardson at a 44% completion percentage.
But what do I know?
Versus a 65.7 in 4 games played, by the way. 65.7 with 716 yards on the season in 4 games. Why did they choose Anthony Richardson over Joe Flacco? I will never fucking know. Joe Flacco's your starter this week. Joe Flacco's your starter this week. Joe Flacco's your starter. I'm giving this one to the Colts. 35-28. I really think Joe Flacco is that dude. And I think, honestly, you know what? He was good. He wasn't better than Ben. But let me tell you, he put Dukes up with him. It was always... People always forgot about that battle. It's like, it's going to be Joe Flacco versus Big Ben. But Big Ben's the better QB. But Big Ben was like... But Joe Flacco was his kryptonite at times. So let's not forget. Like, Joe Flacco was a good match for Big Ben. And I gotta hand it to him, man. Like, this is going to be...
What was your score?
35-28.
35-28. All right.
Yeah. I think Joe Flacco is that dude. I really think you're gonna older. He gets better like with age, man. He gets better with age. He's like fine wine.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Like a true pro style quarterback gets better with age, but whenever you get an athletic guy playing quarterback. But what do I know? I've been saying Anthony Richardson wasn't that great of a quarterback since he played at fucking Florida. But what do I know?
44.4% completion, by the way.
He was 48. He was 48% in Florida. But anyway, final game, NFL Week 9. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 4-4 with Baker Mayfield leading the charge, leading the brigade against the undefeated, overrated, overhyped Kansas City Chiefs. Minus 8.5 favorites in this game. Which, by the way, I'll be right back, JMO.
Yep.
Give your prediction. Or give your thoughts.
So I think the Chiefs, I'm going to go ahead and say I got them winning this one. I got the score. I got the score sitting at, I believe it is. I actually got to check the score for this because I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't gonna watch this game. I have the score at. Oh, this is fine. When TJ gets back, he's not gonna like me. I have this at 42-28. I have this at a 2-score game. I think that this is the point when Mahomes starts doing good things. And if he's gonna start, it's right now. So it's really, oh Lord, oh come on. He first of all, you jump scare me. You can't do that. Second of all, like I think this will be a 2-score game. I think that this is the point in the season when Mahomes does really good.
Wait, you said what about Mahomes, first of all?
I think this is the point in the season when Mahomes does, like... So, when I say does good, I mean, like, he starts, like, strutting. Like, he starts going for, like... He starts looking like the Super Bowl QB. But... yeah.
Okay.
That was funny, wasn't it?
That was hilarious.
I think that Baker's a really good quarterback, though, and I think that if Kansas City doesn't, like the Super Bowl, Kansas City doesn't show up, meaning when I say that, I mean that when the script, if the script doesn't favor him yet, I think that Baker has a chance of winning because Baker's a great quarterback, dude. Let's be honest.
I think so too.
Real talk.
Yeah.
I think Baker is a great quarterback. TJ, you've got a reason that Kansas City is winning, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Called zebras and yellow flags.
Yeah. I knew it. The fucking script, dude. The fucking script. What's your score?
I think Xavier Worthy is such a great target for Patrick Mahomes. It finally opens up deep for him. And now he's got DeAndre Hopkins on his side. I think Kansas City went 27-21. But I think Baker and the Bucs are going to give him a good fight. I truly think so. But
you know what, TJ? I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna change it up. I think Baker's playing too good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna use. You know what? We should make that a rule. We get one change up a show. I think I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay on this one. I think it'll be 42-35. I think Baker's playing too well. I really do. I think he's tearing apart offenses.
Wow.
He's tearing apart defenses right now, and I really think he's playing too well. I think if anything happens, the script is gonna fuck him over. But I think Baker's playing too well. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for doing that injustice to Baker because he's firing on all cylinders right now. He's doing very, very well.
He's doing the best he can do. That's for sure. But
he's playing really good football. He's at a 71% completion percentage right now with 202 completions and 284 attempts, dude. Like he has 21 TDs, 9 interceptions, and he's doing phenomenal fucking things. Like he is absolutely 100% undoubtedly one of the best QBs in football right now. And I feel like it would be an injustice for somebody not to predict them as the winner. So I'm gonna go.
I mean, it'll be a close game, regardless. Like I think it'll be a close game.
It will be. I think if anything happens, I think the only reason Baker loses here is some bullshit. Like I really do. Like I think the only reason Baker and the Bucs lose here is some fucking epic bullshit. But I'm actually looking for the image right now to change my pick. I can't find it. I think because I may have deleted it. But I'm gonna have the Bucs winning this one. I'm gonna have the Bucs winning this one. 42-35 is
the viewers will understand that you pick the Bucs now. But
so erase it on your end. I got the Bucs winning this one, TJ.
Yeah, I already did all that. I actually thought you were gonna change the score to a closer score, but you ended up changing the score and the pick. So, wow. Well, that concludes our NFL Week 10 predictions. And on to our main event.
Yes, sir.
I've been waiting for this all fucking week. Anthony motherfucking Richardson. Man, dude, am I disappointed in you, young? Okay. Here's the deal, folks. I am going to do this.
You got to stand. TJ's standing. That's not good.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's not good at all. Especially with a Chiefs fucking jersey on, too. All right. And let me tone it down a little bit since I have such a beautiful fucking setting here in the garden.
TJ looks like he's about to lay down the biggest track of all time, dude. Like what the
Oh
hell?
yeah. About to bust a fucking caps lock on your dumb ass, Richardson. But anyway, so Anthony Richardson, starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts last week. NFL athlete, pro athlete, gets paid millions and millions of dollars. Should be used to be trained properly and have the right nutrition, right? Played against the Texans last week. Gets a pretty decent game and gets a first down. And what does he do next? He taps out. Now, I've seen where players have tapped out, especially QBs and running backs and all that. They have tapped out after a big run, but it wasn't because they were tired. Like, if they were out for the rest of the game, they wouldn't say they were tired. They would say, I had something going on in my knee, I had something going on in my ankle, I had something hurt. I got the wind knocked out of me because the ball punctured my lung or whatever. Whatever the excuses were, they didn't say that they were tired. Anthony Richardson is the first NFL player to admit that he was tired. Tired! In a NFL game where there's so much on the line, especially in the AFC South, where you got a struggling Texans team that you could have beaten. Which is why I am glad that the Indianapolis Colts did what they did. They benched Anthony Richardson and replaced him with Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
See, this is where I have a problem with you, Anthony Richardson fucking fucks that want to defend this guy. Before he even got drafted, he had a 48% completion rating in college. I said he would be a terrible pick for anybody. Gets drafted in the fucking first round, first 5 picks into the fucking first round. I was dumbfounded. I think go back to one of the draft specials, probably the first one that we ever did on here. Shout out to K-Dub, who was my partner at the time, my co-host at the time. We were watching the draft special. Anthony Richardson was drafted in the top 5, and I said, what in the hell are the Colts? Because you got a young guy named Sam Ehlinger. He may not be the best fucking QB, but he'll get the job done. Draft a guy like Anthony Richardson who has less than 50% completion rating.
Yeah.
And then what happens his first season as a rookie? Gets injured. Second season, which is this year. Oh, actually, that draft special you cannot see, but you can listen because of how bad the quality looked, which is my fault. But anyway, it looked about as bad as fucking Anthony Richardson play. Then you get into this season, he's inactive some games. He's active. He's inactive some games. He gets tired. Miami Dolphins game. He ran a big fucking game for a first down. He looked fucking exhausted. Exhausted. They snap the ball to him, fumbles the ball, Miami recovers. Miami wins the game. Miami, one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. Now that they got Tua back in, good for him. I'm glad he's healthier. Hopefully he stays healthy. But that was when they didn't have Tua Tagovailoa in there. So my question is, Anthony Richardson, how can we take you seriously as an NFL quarterback? In Indianapolis, how do we take you serious as an organization? When you draft guys like a fat, out of shape Anthony Richardson that is a freak of nature but can't be consistent. And then whenever he was in the press conference, hang on, let me do. So Anthony Richardson, why did you tap out for the rest of the game? I was tired. But I'm the best running quarterback. I mean, second to Lamar, best running quarterback. Well, most NFL quarterbacks can't do what I do. I may not be as accurate, but I'm still a good quarterback. Give me a fucking break. You're fucking horrible. Your fucking QB coach at Florida failed you. Your high school quarterback coach failed you. Your fucking Pop Warner quarterback coach failed you. Your fucking NFL quarterback coach failed you. You know why? You do not know how to fucking play quarterback. You need to swap to a different position. Play tackle. Play fucking guard. Play fucking tight end. Something. Because you are fucking horrible. You're garbage.
Tackle or guard is wild. I don't think he would survive.
Well then, guess what, motherfucker? You go get a job at fucking Walmart and bag my fucking groceries because you're fucking too goddamn horrible to throw a football.
Damn.
And I wouldn't want you to fucking coach my kid. I wouldn't want you to coach anybody. For that matter. You are fucking horrible. I've been saying this since you played at Florida. You had one fucking play where you did this. Right? You had a magical play that one game, and then you fucking sucked for the rest of the season. You suck. I'm telling you, J-Mo, getting real sick and tired of these guys like Anthony Richardson right here that just completely are too soft for the fucking game of football. And they're playing in a soft-ass league, by the way. That's why your ass is bent. Shane Steichen actually wants to win fucking football games. He's tired of your fucking ass. Dragging your ass around like some fucking fat fuck. Looking like me, dressed up as Matt fucking Foley in a Halloween costume. How come Shaquille O'Neal looks more fit than you, dog? Tell me that. Shaquille's old enough to be your fucking grandpa. And he looks more in shape than you do, motherfucker. Tell me that. Tell me why you are so goddamn out of shape. And J-Mo, hit him with the stats real quick.
Alright. Well. So, I guess that's my cue to say my piece on Anthony Richardson. What do I have to say, dude? Like, I don't know what's worse, Johnny Manziel trying to come into the league or this dude trying to come into the league. Like, the best you can do back in 2023 was a 59.5 completion percentage with 577 yards with 4 games started, dude. Joe Flacco absolutely blew that out of the water with his 4 games. So right now, if I'm a head coach, I'm looking logically, right? Like, if I am just looking at this purely logically, I have a quarterback who has way more experience in the postseason, way more experience just in general in the league, right? Yep. Sitting right behind you, watching you do these god-awful things at quarterback. And right now, you have a 44.4 completion percentage. That is one of the lowest in the NFL. QB rating 38.4. I know you say that doesn't matter, TJ, and I don't think it does either. But in this case, it does. Because that just shows how awful you are. A 38.4 quarterback rating is absolutely fucking awful. You have 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, which is 4 touchdowns is the lowest in the league right now. 7 interceptions that's just god awful. You literally throw more interceptions than you do touchdowns. Like, how does that make sense? Your career, you have gotten 1,000 yards in 2 seasons. Most quarterbacks right now that are considered good in the NFL, by the way, Lamar Jackson did that in 1 season. Did more than that in 1 season. I don't know what motivates you to say that you're a good quarterback in any capacity, but you do not belong in the league. And that is my opinion. I will stay by that. I think that based on your quarterback rating, you shouldn't even be a backup. You shouldn't even be part of the practice squad. You honestly need to go play. Do like Kurt Warner did and go play some arena football. Maybe that'll teach you a lesson.
Don't even play fucking arena football. Don't even fucking play arena.
Dude.
Bag my fucking groceries because you're that fucking bad.
NFL. Yeah.
Bag my fucking groceries. You're that fucking bad. And there's a reason why I'm wearing gloves right now, because my fucking hands are freezing right now.
But I really do think that, like, I really don't think that, like, people that play like you do should be in the league. You were all showboat in college. You were all run in college. Like, it's like, dude, that does not work. We've seen that multiple times. I'm so tired of this scenario. Like, these Johnny football guys that play football and run all over the place, and they look flashy as hell, running, like, backwards and forwards and sideways and all this shit. It doesn't work at quarterback. If you want somebody like that, if you have somebody like that, you know what you do? You put them at receiver. Because there's a difference between running around with the football. Look, Ben Roethlisberger, right?
I think he'd be a great tight end.
I think he'd be a great wide receiver. I think so. Or a great tight end. I really think so as well. That's a great tight end. I think you're absolutely right. I think that, okay, I mean, look at Ben Roethlisberger, my favorite quarterback. He didn't just run around everywhere with no purpose. He ran around to extend the play, and he moved every single time he moved with a purpose. And that was to extend the play to its greatest. Do I think that Anthony Richardson does that? No. And we've been over this time and time again, dude. He does not move with a purpose. And I think that's the big difference. I see him play. He moves. He tries to do the same thing he did in college, and he's got to understand you cannot do that. You cannot fucking do that. That does not make you a
good player. And the thing, and not to, I don't mean to cut you off, but the thing about Anthony Richardson too is he's a fat fucking slob. He's got bigger titties than most of these chicks out here in Rockport, Texas. He's got bigger tits.
Okay. Like, well, if you're gonna be like that, then right? Because he's 6'4", 244 pounds, right? If you're gonna have that stature, guess who else was? Guess who else was a fucking fat lard, dude? Guess who else was a fucking fat lard? Big Ben. But let me tell you, Ben was smarter.
Definitely, because listen, JMO, like these fucking quarterbacks that run the ball all the fucking goddamn time, like Anthony Richardson, and have a horrible fucking passing, it ain't just their fault. It's also the coaching that goes along with it. And you're starting to see it throughout time that a lot of these quarterbacks that are coming from college are not that good. Like, there's only a select few that are really decent at best.
Okay, let's compare.
I'm telling you, like, there's good athletic guys that play quarterback and athletic quarterbacks. Prime example, Michael Vick, athletic quarterback. Randall Cunningham, athletic quarterback. Kyler Murray, athletic quarterback. Steve Young, athletic quarterback.
Michael Vick, athletic quarterback.
And then you got athletes that are playing quarterback. All right, let's see. Let's see. We have fucking
Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow.
Johnny Manziel.
Tim Tebow. Absolutely 100%. Because, okay, picture this.
Anthony Richardson.
It's the same situation, TJ. It is the same exact situation. Are you ready for this? What was Tebow's biggest problem? What was Tebow's biggest hump that he could not get over? His release. Coaches tried to fix his quote unquote fix his release, right? And he did the most awkward movement. He to the point where he literally started one season and then was never seen again.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's what
happens. The crazy thing is, Tim Tebow had one of the most memorable moments in NFL playoff history.
Yeah.
Where it was that one play against the Steelers.
What I'm saying is it doesn't.
Yeah, I get it.
It doesn't. This whole look. If it's an experiment, if it's a league-wide experiment, I don't know what the memo is, but it feels like it's a league-wide experiment to see, what happens if we put a wide receiver at quarterback or somebody with, like, the speed of a wide receiver at quarterback. It's like, it doesn't work. It does not work because that's not what running quarterbacks do. You want to look at success as a running quarterback? Look at Lamar Jackson. Look at Ben Roethlisberger.
I would just say Michael Vick. Look at Michael Vick.
Look at Kyler Murray. Like, honestly, like fucking
Randall Cunningham.
Yeah.
One of the best to ever do it.
Even though he's not been good in recent years, look at Marcus Mariota as well, because he was a success coming straight into the league. Like, he may not have been as successful, but I still think he's a good quarterback that got screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's all we have for tonight. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the Pigskin Mafia podcast. I want to thank J-Mo for coming on. Good to see you once again, my old friend. And
you,
we're gonna keep running at you like a goddamn hurricane. Tuesday I have to go to a funeral, but I will be back on for TJ's Talk Box on Tuesday. Thursday night, we're shooting for Thursday night, J-Mo, for the actual prediction show. Sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So I'll be live on YouTube Tuesday, probably as soon as I get home from a 4-hour drive from Belton, Texas to here. Probably with my eyes fucking full of tears and crying like a fat ass baby, but
I'm sorry, man.
No worries, but I got a mission too, so I can't stop now, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gotta do what you believe in, you know. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and also the freaking support I've had over the last couple of days, man. It's been really helpful, to say the least. Like, I'm just gonna tell it straight. I felt like my mind was lost, and then I realized how much support I've had through Facebook and Twitter, Snapchat, JMO, everybody that talked to me, making sure I was all right, making sure that they send their condolences and prayers. I just wanted to say thank you for that. My great grandmother would really appreciate that. And the best thing for me, in my opinion, is to keep moving forward, keep pushing. No time off from this, because it's just going to hinder what I created, what JMO has perfected, and I love each and every one of my supporters and the supporters of the PMP. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't have had the confidence to do this if it wasn't for you guys that watch this show and actually give me your takes on how y'all feel about my predictions. And also asking me for advice for betting and whatnot. It's flattering. It's great. I'm not the best bettor myself, but it's very flattering, to say the least, that you guys come to me for support or for advice on football, and then once something bad happens in my life, y'all return the favor. And that's all I could ask for, honestly. And I really do appreciate you guys. I had a fun show tonight with JMO. It was great to see JMO. Him and I have been going through different circumstances, but this was much needed for both of us.
Yes, sir.
Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, it is what we needed. It is what is expected from us to continue the show, even though that we've had some horrible circumstances over the last, for me, it's been the last 48 to 72 hours. I don't know how much time has been lost. JMO has been a couple of months or a couple of weeks, and JMO, I can't thank you enough for being here to be a supporter and also to help out and advice. And I'm always here for you, brother. Want to say one quick thing before we go?
I'm just really appreciative of you and just everybody that supports the show. I also just want to say, like I said before, if you need help, get it. That's what I'm doing right now. And a good an old adage in the military, that we all heard, that me and TJ heard over and over again. Very bad adage was, just push through. It's like you do, but at the same time, get help. There's a point when you have to stop and you have to realize like something's wrong. So I don't know if anything. I don't know what the doctors are going to tell me on the 13th. But I hope that whatever they tell me helps me out, and it's free for me. So because I'm rated over 60%. So I'm really appreciative of the VA support. Really appreciative of my family's support. I've got nothing like really going on with like my family or something like TJ has. But it's just everything, life piles up on you all at once, and it really, like just a semester at school kind of like hit me like a ton of bricks, as well as like there's just sometimes your mental health just takes a tank, just for no apparent reason. It's just like you start perusing the internet, and you start seeing all the bad that's in the world, and you start you start seeing all the negativity, and all of a sudden it hits you like a ton of bricks, and you feel like there's nothing you can do. When you feel like that, reach out, because that's when people feel the most lonely, and I feel like that's when people make decisions that are rash and that they don't need to, and I feel like that's the point when you need to get help the most. So please, if you're in that situation right now, it doesn't matter if it's your counselor, your friend, your family. Doesn't matter what it is. Reach out. Go get help. I also think it's a horrible notion to say like, oh, if you're a man, don't seek counseling. Dude, I have a therapist. I don't know if TJ does or not. I don't know if he wants to disclose that. But, like, dude, talk to someone. Talk to God. Talk to a wall. Talk to someone. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Reach out to some. If you don't have anybody, there are hotlines as well. Just don't do anything rash that will affect the rest of your life permanently. Because no matter what, if there's one lesson I've learned in life, there's always a way back to where you were. There's always a way back. If somebody on the street can go to college and become a billionaire, like become a person with a well-established salary at the least, you can as well. And I think that's important to remember. It's never over until you tap out for good. And that's I think that's an important thing to remember, and I think that's what keeps the fight going. So I appreciate everybody's support over the past couple weeks over getting through this hard time. I appreciate everybody checking in on me and it's like just trying to help me out. Like I said, this is a very tough time in my life. I'm probably gonna have to. It's so bad that I'm probably gonna have to repeat a whole semester, but I'd rather do that and go at it the right way than get mediocre grades. So
yeah.
And I'd rather also establish myself. There were a lot of mistakes I made this summer in scheduling that I'm not going to make again. So I feel like that life's a learning experience, and that's the best teacher. So I feel like that's really gonna traumatize me into not doing that again this semester is. So please get help if you need it. Talk to someone. Talk to anyone. If you're going through something, don't go through it alone. Do not go through it alone. Don't make that mistake, please. Reach out to me. I don't care. I'll talk to you. Reach out to TJ. He'll talk to you. So that's all I got to say. That's it. Reach out. Get help.
Yeah. Well said, man. Tune in next Tuesday as TJ's Talk Box will be on YouTube. It'll just be me with the boring old wall with the Longhorn picture and recapping Week 10 college football and Week 9 NFL, and also some other news which I talked about Trayvon Diggs earlier and Jameis Winston winning with the Browns. So check out that video after this. And Thursday we'll have our actual prediction show where me and JMO will be making our picks. Hopefully it's a lot shorter than tonight. Goddamn, we had so many rants that it was out of the blue. It was much needed though, because we needed to blow off some steam on somebody. Sorry, A&M in South Carolina with your Boner Trophy. That's gotta be a shirt design. First the Cock Bowl, then the Boner Trophy. Gotta love it. Yeah, tune in next week. Tuesday, I'll shoot for probably 8 p.m. Maybe a little earlier than that. I'm not entirely sure yet. But tune into that. It will be a fun show. Probably about a 30-minute show, kind of like the last couple of Talk Boxes. And then, obviously, our actual prediction show where me and JMO talk about our prediction and the latest story in either NFL or college that is taken by storm right now. So, I'm pretty fucking tired. It's been a wild 48 to 56 hours of my life. And I couldn't ask for a better co-host than JMO, better producer than JMO, and I couldn't ask for better supporters than what we got, man. We just got another subscriber earlier today before the show came on. We're at 71. Let's make it 100 before the end of the season, or at least the end of the year. I want to try to get 100 subs for YouTube. Also follow our Twitch. Pigskin Mafia Podcast on Twitch. You can follow us on our social medias, TJ10_PMP. Then the actual Pigskin Mafia Podcast at Pigskin Mafia Pod. JMO, what's your accounts? So that way people can follow.
I think it's JMO.32 on Instagram, and then Loner32 on Twitter. And then my Twitch account is GoJamo. I'd appreciate a follow if you guys don't already follow. That'd be sick.
Yeah. And feel free to chime in on the chat. Feel free to chime in on the comment section how you feel about our predictions. This was probably the most separate we've been on predictions. I think I counted a total of maybe 3 predictions that we stuck together.
Yes, sir.
In total. So we're going to see who wins this week, because this is going to be an interesting week now. Can't thank you enough, JMO, for coming on. And everybody, y'all have a good night. Happy Halloween. Be safe. Parents, don't eat all the kids' candies. And if you got candy corn, give me some candy corn, because that's my favorite candy. But anyways, this is the best show on YouTube, under 100 subs. Good night. Good night. Bang. See you later.
Now, baby, why stop now? PCX driving, I needed some inspiration.